Hey guys, it's Tanya, vsgtanya2011, and this is the Back to Basics WLS channel. Coming in with our weekly topic this week. We're focusing on the positive and kind of coming off of the Thanksgiving week and things that we're kind of thankful for that weight loss surgery has given us. So, the question this week, or the topic this week, was to tell our greatest NSV. I had a hard time coming up with just one NSV, so I actually made a top 10 list. Um, and because I felt like picking one almost diminishes the others and they all kind of build on each other. So I'm kind of out of order and I got them written down and numbered, so I'm going to jump around a little bit. Number 10 on my NSV list is crossing my legs. I remember the first time I realized that I was crossing my legs. I was waiting for a hair appointment at the beauty parlor, and I just crossed my legs like as if I had been doing it forever. And I realized I had been doing it, and I stopped and I got my phone out and I took a picture of myself crossing my legs. And I'm sure people in the beauty parlor thought I was insane, but I had never crossed my I don't know if I ever had crossed my legs before. I always sat with either my legs open or like my ankle up on my other knee because my inner thighs were very large and I couldn't close my legs properly. Um, so that was like one of my first like NSVs that I really recognized. Um, a new NSV for me is wearing a belt. And I have wearing a belt and sleeveless shirts. I actually, up until a couple weeks ago, didn't even own a belt. My pants were falling down the other day, and I had to go get one of my husband's old belts out the closet and wear one of his old belts until I could go to the shop and go get myself a belt. And now I have a few sweaters that have kind of belts that come here, and I would have never worn a belt before because my rolls would have rolled over the belt. So that's a big NSV for me. And going with a sleeveless shirt, or even something like where my arms are exposed, I would have never left the house before with my arms exposed. I mean, never. Now, I still have, like some squishiness, but, I've been working out and I'm getting some muscles. And, even with the muscle, I still got this thing going on here. But I am so much more confident now that I don't even care about this little jiggly bit. My arms look, and then from the outside, like they don't even look bad. So I don't even worry about it anymore. That's huge for me. I can remember looking for dresses, and every time we had some kind of special occasion, I go shopping with my mom or my grandma, saying, "Well, I can't get that because it's sleeveless. I can't get that because it's sleeveless. Or do you think there's a sweater I can get to go over it?" And now I don't have that holding me back anymore. So that's awesome. Being able to shop in a regular store. Being able to shop in a regular store. I can walk in anywhere, anywhere, anywhere. And I know that there is going to be something that is going to fit me. And I don't have to just settle for whatever doesn't look horrible, which is what I did before. So, being able to shop in a regular store. Um, Fitting into knee-high boots. Hey, y'all. No mystery. If you follow my channel, my husband loves knee-high boots, and he is so excited that I can fit in knee-high boots now. And so am I. I now have 3 pairs of black knee-high boots and 1 pair of brown knee-high boots. So, and before I would buy the wide calf knee-high boots, and they weren't comfortable, but I could get them on. But even if I had the wide ones that I could wear before I lost the weight, I felt too self-conscious to walk out in public with the knee-high boots on. Like I felt like enough of a spectacle with the size that I am. I don't need to wear knee-high boots and call more attention to myself. So even if I had ones that I could fit in, I wouldn't wear them because I was too embarrassed. I was embarrassed by myself. So that's huge, being able to wear knee-high boots. Horseback riding. That was one of my first goals that I had on my goal list after I had surgery, was to go horseback riding. I had never been horseback riding and I always wanted to go, but I always felt like I was too heavy to ride on a horse. I didn't want to hurt the horse. And plus I didn't have very good balance and I didn't feel like I could stay on a horse if I was able to get up. So when we went to Gatlinburg, it was before the Vegas meet and greet, so it had to be in March or April. Um, I was probably in the 180s, I want to say, and I got to ride a horse for the first time, and I haven't ridden one since. But um, just to be able to check that off on one of my goal lists, oh, that was it was I don't know, very I felt very accomplished being able to do that. So that was a good NSV for me. Five. Um, when we were on vacation, walking around in a bathing suit and not feeling completely self conscious, and knowing that I wasn't the largest person at the place. We go to a place called the Great Wolf Lodge. Some of y'all probably have heard of it. Every couple years, my kids love it there, and it's like an indoor water slide place. And I walked around. Yeah, I mean, I got loose skin. I'm not the skinniest person there, but I'm not the heaviest person anymore. And I don't feel like I have to hide behind anything. And I kind of have a new confidence that if I got saggy skin and people think that doesn't look good, well, then don't look at me, because I'm wearing a size 10 bathing suit, so I couldn't ask for anything more. So, so yeah, being able to walk around in a bathing suit and not feeling totally self conscious, it's awesome. Four, this is a big one for me. Exposing my kids to being aware of nutrition and fitness. Before I had kids, or when I was pregnant for William, one of my big things was I don't want them to grow up like I did. I don't want them to have this weight problem hanging over them and having something that they have to battle. I want them to be aware of how important it is to exercise and how important it is to eat right. And even if they don't always make the best food choices now, because they're kids, they want junk sometimes. At least they know what the right thing is. They know what I've had to do to pull off the weight. They know the way mom eats. They get protein. They understand what protein is. They understand what carbs are. Um, and even if they don't necessarily apply it to their life right now, I know that I'm laying a foundation that they'll know those things as they grow up. And that's really important for me, because up until I had weight loss surgery, I was making them do the right thing or trying to help reinforce them doing the right thing, but I wasn't being an example. And they learn by example. So that's a big NSV for me, is actually being an example for my kids. Three, building up my fitness level to a point where I felt like I was comfortable taking a Zumba class. And then when I took the Zumba class, I thought, this isn't very strenuous. Um, and so then I switched to taking body combat classes, which I love, which were strenuous. But even with it being strenuous, I didn't feel like I was dying in the class. I felt like I was one of the stronger people in the class, and I really enjoyed it. I did have to stop taking the body combat classes because of my arthritis. My rheumatologist told me that it wasn't safe for me to do with my joint issues, but and I miss it. I really enjoyed that, but just knowing in my heart and in my mind that if I wanted to, I can take those fitness classes and not be embarrassed. I have nothing to be embarrassed about anymore. I'm strong. I'm fit. I can do those classes, and that is a huge NSV for me. I can remember taking jazzercise classes when I was in high school, and I didn't feel that way. And now I'm 38, and I feel that way. That's crazy. It's really crazy. Two, taking family pictures. If you're friends with me on Facebook, or even if you saw my 1 year anniversary picture, video, um, taking family pictures was a huge one. I was so self conscious and hated the way I looked so much that we had not taken family pictures since my son was 6 months old, and he's 7 now. And I had never taken a family picture with my daughter at all, because I didn't want to ruin the picture. I felt like I would ruin the picture if I was in it. And it was something that bothered me because I value pictures so much. Um, and I kept saying, oh, when I looked a little bit better, I looked a little bit better. Well, now I feel comfortable taking family pictures. I want to take family pictures every year now because it was so much fun and I like looking at them, and I don't feel like I'm ruining the picture. So that was big for me. And then finally, my number one NSV is being happy with what I see in the mirror. Um, I'm not perfect. I plan on having plastics. I have things I want to improve, but I am so happy with what I see in the mirror when I get dressed in the morning. Whether I'm getting dressed to go to the gym and I'm in my gym clothes, I like seeing that. When I'm dressed for work and I'm dressed up, I like that. Getting dressed up to go to a wedding and you're getting all swanked up, I like that too. I mean, being happy with what you see. I hadn't had that in such a long time. It it's the biggest NSV that I can imagine for myself. Um, we do lots of things and we experience lots of things, but that's something that stays with you all day, every day, when you're happy with what you see. So that's my top 10 NSV list. I really encourage everybody to make a response video and tell us what your biggest NSV is. Whether it's an experience or a feeling. I love hearing NSVs. I really do. So that's it for me this week. I'll see you back here next Tuesday on the Back to Basics WLS channel. Bye, y'all.